Welcome to the Mobile Notary Show. My name is Kathy Holliday. I'm your host. I'm the CEO of Mobile Notary 24/7, and I would like to thank you for joining the Mobile Notary Show today. What we'll be sharing today is the 3 tips for documents without notary certifications. Now, if you have a signer that doesn't know what type of notarization they want, and there's no certificate wording on the document, so if there is no venue, which is the state and the county, if there is no notary jargon where it says on this particular day, the notary, and you fill in your name, personally notarize the document for, you put the person's name in there, the person appeared. If all of that information is not there, then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you follow these 3 important tips if you are in this situation. So the first tip that you want to follow is you want to avoid the unauthorized practice of law. All notaries should know that you are not allowed to give any legal advice. I just had a young lady ask me this past weekend some questions about notarizing a document for her for a will. And she was asking me questions that I could not answer. And what I shared with her is that it is illegal to give unauthorized legal advice. And as she looked at me, I could tell that she thought that I just did not want to take care of that notarization. And that was not the case. So what I did was I did send her an article that specifically said, you are not an attorney. The notary is not an attorney. And remember that it's against the law to provide unauthorized legal advice. And remember that that includes answering any simple questions from a signer. And the question can range from, what notarizations do you think I should use here? Or which certificate form should I use? You as the notary should let the signer make that decision. Let them choose which document that they want you to notarize. Because giving that sort of advice is a violation of law. And in some states, whatever state that you are commissioned in some states, that could possibly bring charges with the criminal offense and possibly you losing your notary commission. So you don't want to have any criminal offense. You don't want to lose your notary certificate. And to take this a step further, if you give the signer the wrong information, heaven forbid it causes the signer legal problems and issues, you want to stay out of court. This could possibly be forced. You could possibly be forced to pay damages in a notary lawsuit. So I encourage you to not answer any simple legal question. Leave that up to the signer. Remember that your job is just to witness a signature. That's the only thing your job is to witness a signature. Now, when you are faced with the need to know the type of notarization that is needed, try to follow these 2 steps. If you follow these 2 steps, this should keep you from having a notary lawsuit. Never, ever choose the type of notarization for the signer, even if the signer wants you to. Even if they want you to, never choose. And also, never give a signer advice on the type of notarization of what that particular document needs. Never give the signer advice on the type of notarization a particular document needs. Now, you only have two to choose from. You have the acknowledgement, and then you have, of course, the gerund. So now, tip number two, Tip number two is you're going to ask the signer to choose. You're going to literally ask the signer, you choose which one. I'm only just here to witness the signature. You choose which one. So since you can't choose the notarization for the document, the signer can. And if the signer can tell you the type of notarization they want, they can simply proceed from there and you can notarize the document. Again, you can choose from an acknowledgement, and feel free to explain the difference between an acknowledgement and a gerund, how it differs, and then let the signer choose. But most importantly is you're not to make that choice for them. And tip number 3, check with the issuing and receiving agency. So let's just say that they come to you and a document needs to be notarized. If they don't know which acknowledgement or gerund to use, feel free to share with them or have them call the place that actually submitted the form to them and told them to have it notarized. And if that's not helpful, maybe they got it from the website, then they maybe need to talk to the receiving end, the people that once you notarize the document, they're going to then take it to that person. Okay, so they can either get advice from the person that's supplying the document or the person that's actually going to receive the document once it is notarized. And then if they can't provide any advice, the signer, he may want to consult with a lawyer that can possibly give them legal advice on that specific document. So those are your 3 tips for documents without a notary certification. I do hope that you found this very helpful. My name is Kathy with the Mobile Notary Show. Please feel free to like and share my podcast. I look forward to any of the comments that you may have. Until the next time, have yourself an awesome and blessed day. Bye for now.